Hello, today we will see what is Fermi energy, then Fermi-Dirac statistics. So Fermi-Dirac statistics is nothing but it is one of the rule. It is a statistical rule of how electrons are going to fill the different energy states. Next we will see Fermi factor. So now what is Fermi energy? So first, in order to understand what is Fermi energy, first you should know that for metal there is a conduction band and valence band, and this is the energy gap between those two, conduction band and the valence band. So now here this conduction band is nothing but it comprises of different energy levels, that is many energy levels together will be forming a band. Similarly this is in conduction band, and here in valence band also you have different energy levels. Okay, now let me take the conduction band and draw it. Okay, so this is the conduction band I am going to draw. Okay, this is the lower level, whatever it is here, this is the level, and now the different energy levels might be present in this way. Okay, so now these different energy levels are present in this conduction band. What will be present? Electrons. So how the electrons are going to fill? So I said that in the earlier video they obey Pauli exclusion principle. So what is Pauli exclusion principle? Pauli exclusion principle is nothing but each energy level, you can say that Pauli exclusion principle states that no two electrons are having all the four quantum. What were the four quantum numbers? I said it in the earlier video. So all the four quantum numbers should not be same for any two electrons. So Pauli exclusion principle means each energy level can accommodate maximum two levels. It means that this is the energy level. In this energy level I have only two electrons. In this the three quantum numbers will be same. Okay, that is the first one is principal quantum number, next is azimuthal quantum number, third is magnetic quantum number. But the fourth one, that is the spin quantum number, will be different for this. For one electron it will be plus half, and for the second electron it will be minus half. So it means that the three quantum numbers are same, but the fourth quantum number is different. So these two electrons are occupying the first energy level. Next, after filling this energy level, then two electrons are going to occupy the second energy level, one with spin up and one with spin down. So in this way, next higher energy levels are being filled. Okay, so there are energy levels, no doubt, but electrons are present or no, it depends on that. For example, if this is the last level which is filled and above there is no electron present, only up to here it is present, so this is the maximum energy of the conduction band, or you can say the energy level, it is the maximum energy level where the electrons are filled, above which all the energy levels are empty. So depending on this I can define Fermi energy as the energy corresponding to highest occupied energy level one condition I say here is at absolute zero. This is the condition that is to be defined when you are going to define the Fermi energy. So energy corresponding to the highest occupied level, I am saying occupied level means where the electrons are present. Energy level at absolute zero is called as Fermi energy, and this Fermi energy is denoted by EF, that is E suffix F, Fermi energy, EF. At T is equal to 0 degree Kelvin, all the energy levels lying above this level is called as Fermi level, and the energy corresponding to that is called as Fermi energy. So at T is equal to 0, all the energy levels above Fermi level are empty, whereas below Fermi level are filled. You can define the Fermi energy either in this way or next we will see Fermi-Dirac statistics. So Fermi-Dirac statistics is nothing but the distribution of free electrons, that is the electrons which are distributed in various energy states, how they are going to fill these various energy state. They are going to follow a statistical rule, and that statistical rule is called as Fermi-Dirac statistics. Okay, this statistics is applicable for particles. Okay, this is the statistics which should be applicable to the particles which are identical. The first condition for the particles should be identical, comma, they should obey Pauli exclusion principle rule. Okay, and possess or have spin half. These are the conditions that should be present for the particles which are obeying Fermi-Dirac statistics. So Fermi-Dirac statistics is applicable for electrons, I said. If it is applicable for electrons, means see that whether all these conditions are satisfied by the electrons. So electrons are identical. Okay, sure. Then electrons are obeying the Pauli exclusion principle, as I said here, and also the electrons are having spin half. So as the electrons are obeying all the conditions, so electrons follow the Fermi-Dirac statistical rule. So the Fermi-Dirac statistical rule, I said, the probability, that is the Fermi-Dirac statistics or the function, can be evaluated by using a factor called as Fermi factor, which is denoted by f of e, and it is given by f of e is equal to 1 divided by exponential e minus ef by kbt plus 1. So this is the probability, okay, that the given energy state is occupied or no. That is, for example, if I consider this energy state, okay, having an energy E, okay, this is an energy state which is corresponding to E. So the probability of, that is the f of E, that the given energy state E is occupied by the electrons is given by this function. So this is important. So based on this, I can define now the Fermi factor. So the Fermi factor can be defined as the probability of occupation of given energy state at thermal equilibrium. Probability of occupation of a given energy state E at thermal equilibrium is called as Fermi factor.